William's Ecopedia, Arcology to Xeriscaping by William Auger. This book is dedicated to all of the pioneers who have and still are working hard to lay the foundations for a sustainable future, with special thanks for all the pioneers from Arcosanti and Lost Valley. William's Ecopedia, Volume 1, Topics in Sustainability from Arcology to Xeriscaping. Flyash, page 67. Flyash. You're sitting in your home. You flip a switch. An appliance powered by electricity turns on and provides cooling, entertainment, or heat. Seems harmless enough. Half of America's electrical power is generated by coal-burning power plants, which produces a waste product called fly ash. Plants used to exhaust fly ash into the air. They are now required to collect and store the ash to reduce air pollution. The fly ash is usually mixed with water and shunted off to a retention pond where the ash is stored. Hooray for the environment! Yeah, right. On December 22nd, 2009, at roughly 1 a.m. in the morning in Harriman, Tennessee, one of these retention ponds burst open, flooding over 400 acres in fly ash sludge up to 6 feet deep and spilling into a nearby river. There was enough fly ash sludge to fill 800 Olympic-sized swimming pools released uncontrolled into the environment. Questions remain how they're going to clean it up, and where will they put it when they do? What will be the long-term environmental ramifications? Fly ash contains toxins such as arsenic, barium, lead, mercury, and other heavy metals. Its toxicity is beyond question. While this flood of fly ash is the worst ever on records, it is by no means the first of these types of fly ash-related environmental disasters. So what do we do about this continuing problem? While being an environmental hazard, fly ash is not without some positives if used correctly. Fly ash is a pozzolan. That is a material that when wetted down can dry into a hardened form, very similar to materials such as cement or plaster of Paris. So the good news is that fly ash can be reused as a construction material, and when bound up, the fly ash does not outgas any of its heavy metals and is safe. Recently, designer-builder Ed Dunn has completed a project using a material called Navajo Flexcrete, a type of construction block made from the waste fly ash from the Page coal-fired power plant, which is usually dumped in a side canyon of Lake Powell. By collecting this wasted material, the people of Navajo Flexcrete simultaneously help the environment as well as provide a quality material that itself provides further environmental benefits. According to Ed Dunn, the cost of building with Flexcrete is comparable to conventional stick framing construction and is actually better than using conventional cinder block. But why build with this material? Interested in construction since he was young, Ed Dunn has endeavored to build the best buildings he possibly can, taking into account its effect not only on the inhabitants, but on the builders and on the society as a whole, such as how a structure impacts the environment from cradle to grave, its function, aesthetics, and livability. Bringing all these factors together, Ed specializes in constructing passive solar, sustainable homes made from alternative materials. Starting in 1992, this was not easy as there was not much information or scientific data available. Following the work of contemporaries such as Mike Reynolds, designer of the Earthships, and groups in southern Arizona working with straw bale, Ed built up his own pool of knowledge and developed his own personal design-build style. Clients Amy Whipple and Paul Heinrich approached Ed with the challenge, which he was more than up to, of creating a home as green as possible. They were first interested in using a material called aerated autoclaved concrete, which has similar properties to the Navajo Flexcrete, however is made from all new materials. There was an appeal to both Ed and the clients in using a recycled material that also helped in some small way to reduce the damage of dumping fly ash in Lake Powell. The higher the R value, the better insulator a material is. The better the insulation, the less artificial heating and cooling is needed. A block of Navajo Flexcrete provides an R value of 35, all in all providing a thermal protection that is twice as good as conventional house construction techniques. The finished walls in this project will be covered with a silica-based paint. However, the Navajo Flexcrete blocks can be covered with a variety of finishes, from the conventional stucco to earthen, gypsum, or lime plasters, limited only by your sense of aesthetic and environmental responsibility, and yes, budget. While blocks are completely safe once constructed, during construction, workers need to wear dust masks and take other precautions to maintain a healthy air quality. However, these precautions are pretty much standard when building with any materials such as cinder blocks, wood, and other conventional materials as well. The material is not the only thing that makes this house green and sustainable. The home is also designed for maximum passive solar gain. Passive solar means the windows on the house are oriented so that during the wintertime, they allow in the optimal amount of sun to gain the free solar heat, and during the summertime, they keep out the warm rays of the sun. The clients are learning how to live in their passive solar building. Instead of a thermostat, all they have is a small wood stove that only needs to be used during periods of heavy or extended cloud cover. The main danger with this little wood stove is that the R value of the Flexcrete and solid construction of the home makes it very easy to overheat the house. Most of the uninitiated are surprised at how comfortable, properly designed, and built passive solar homes can be. Nowadays, many people are claiming to do green and sustainable design, and many are getting better at it. Still, many professionals and clients only focus on single aspects, such as choosing energy-efficient appliances or high R-value materials, which is great, but think of all the free heat energy that they are missing out by not understanding passive solar design. The U.S. Green Building Council has initiated the LEED, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, which has helped professionals to institute green building designs, but even LEED does not recognize passive solar design. Being researchers at NAU, Amy and Paul have decided to track the temperature data on their home and share it so that others may see the quantified benefits of Ed Dunn's alternative design and construction techniques. Hopefully this data can help inspire other practicing professionals and inform the decision-making process of other clients. A person who truly understands sustainability knows that no one project holds the universal cure-all for all of our planet's woes and ills. He knows that there are many problems and that each problem has a host of individual solutions. As I have said before, the ecology of our planet is very complex, and so we will have a complex set of solutions to its problems. Designer builders like Ed Dunn and clients like Amy Whipple and Paul Heinrich understand how to sift through all of the possibilities out there and create a solution unique and appropriate to their specific circumstances, beliefs, and goals. The disaster in Harriman, Tennessee, and the dumping in Lake Powell shows one of the problems out there, and this one project models two ways we can address this specific issue at once. One, by using fly ash as a building material, we keep this waste product out of the landfills, and by reducing the electrical usage of the house, we actually reduce the amount of fly ash being produced. A very elegant solution. Roughly 43% of the fly ash produced in America is reused in Portland cement, helping to reduce the CO2 emissions associated with the use of concrete, which is a great step forward. Hopefully, projects like this can help us get that number up to 100%. If you're interested in pursuing a professional career in sustainability, or as a client seeks sustainable solutions for your projects, the answers are out there, but they won't necessarily be spoon-fed to you yet. Ed Dunn recommends that you do a lot of research on your own. Look not only at sustainability in general, but look at solutions that have been crafted in your local area to get a better understanding of the types of solutions that work for your specific project. He also warns you to be wary because there is a lot of greenwashing out there, meaning solutions that claim to be green and sustainable but really aren't. I believe that all architecture is the physical manifestation of a person's philosophy of how we should live on the planet Earth. So I'd say that you should also take a long and thoughtful period of contemplation on this and think, what are your goals and beliefs when it comes to sustainable living? Ed Dunn believes that the essence of achieving sustainability is using less stuff, thereby using fewer resources and generating less waste. Ed suggests you ask yourself, can I live a comfortable life without this? Would it be better to repair or modify the product I currently have to make it work for me? Can I buy a used product and modify it to suit my needs? Of course, Ed and I are only offering suggestions, food for thought. At the end of the day, your solutions will be unique to you and your perspective, and the more we all try, the more knowledge and solutions there will be out there to help inspire others. With the works of people like Ed Dunn, Joe Koshtin, Amy Whipple, and Paul Heinrich, perhaps we as a society can one day know more about living green and sustainably on this planet than we do about celebrity hairdos, the latest fashion fads, and who's sleeping with who on fictional TV shows. Thank you.